Welcome, everyone, to another vignette of San Antonio by Night, the oncoming storm. We pick up exactly where we left off last session. Velda and Urian were just recalling an incident that they were involved in with Dr. Anderson, whom they realize is none other than Kyle Calhoun. But we start this particular scene with Urian just explaining to the group that he may have to kill his best friend, and the rest giving him a hug, and Amber's phone, inappropriately, it seems, at the wrong moment, rings. And it's a number you don't recognize.
Somebody turn off that infernal racket.
Yeah. No, I've got it. Give me a second. She would, excuse herself very quickly to go outside and answer the phone. Well, not even go outside, just answer the phone.
You go outside the room?
Yeah.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. Are you okay?
Benji, oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
Hey, cool. Yeah, John's a shithead.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You got away, right? You
Yeah.
like give me a signal or something if you're under duress or some shit.
No. I got away. I got away. Barely.
Cool. Okay. Right.
Motherfucking carjacked dude decided to try and run me down, the stupid prick.
Oh, I knew that guy gave me heebie-jeebies. But I need to pick up.
Right away. Give me literally 2 seconds.
Bring M. She's gonna want to see this.
Okay. 1 second.
Or take me to her. It doesn't matter. She just needs to know.
I'll bring you to her, I think.
Right. Okay. I'm at the church still. Got a little bit of a mess.
Right. Yeah, okay. 1 second.
Do you know if John's gonna be back? Does he seem like the kind of guy who would be back?
He's definitely going to be back. I'm going to make sure. Counter.
What? You were breaking up. Amber? Amber?
It's Benji.
You're gonna have to start over because I lost connection to the internet there for a second. Hello? I lost internet connection there for a second. Can you start over? Hello? Am I back? I don't know. I keep losing connection. Are we... let it stabilize for a bit because I don't know if my internet connection is going to actually recover. Okay, are we back? Okay. All Benji heard was the last thing you said before my internet started to get a little funky. So, you.
The last bit that I said was aimed at the others. That Benji made it out. He's at the church. There's a mess and he needs pickup.
It's at this point that Velda emerges from Benji's room with some papers in her hands with sketches on it. She's like, Benji's alive?
Yeah, Benji's alive.
Good.
Although,
Good.
given that what I thought happened, I don't know how well that went. How there might be something wrong. It might be a trap. We need to make sure we go there, but go there cautiously.
Do you still have Benji on the phone?
Amber is covering the receiver so that he can't hear what she's saying. To make sure. And after saying that, she would raise the phone to her lips. Raise the phone to her lips again. Yeah, we'll come pick you up.
Okay. It just be kind of quick, cause I don't know if John's gonna be back anytime soon, and I really don't think that I have enough in me to take him right now.
Yeah. No, just sit tight.
Right.
We'll be there ASAP. Okay.
Okay. I'll be here.
Yeah. And Amber would hang up the phone. We need to go get him. But as I said, I think there might be something up, so we need to make sure that we go in with the utmost caution.
What condition was Benji in when you left?
His arm had been melted, and he got what's the command thing? That got done to him too, but otherwise he was okay.
It is a trap.
Yes.
Did he say anything else?
Well, he did say to bring M because she'd probably want to see this, but or to bring him to M because she needed to know something. He said that
We'll
there was
go.
a mess.
We will go. We will end up here. M will accompany. Do not allow Benji anywhere near M.
Okay.
If he is truthful, then you will need to be there. But did he make any mention as to what happened to Hugh?
He said that there was a mess. The mess could be Hugh, but it could also be him.
I believe that at this point it is best to assume that this is a trap laid by Hugh to get M out of hiding.
Yeah.
But if they do have Benji, then this place is no longer secure, so I will not allow M to be left here.
Say good night. I should have said good morning. I mean, I saw you lay it down in a minute.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Amber, give a call to Club Lush.
Bye.
Yeah, you want the Thin Bloods?
I only want Carlos and Alfonso.
Understood. And she'd call Carlos's number.
And you you call Carlos, and he says, "Okay, but Benji had the van."
I'll come around for a pickup.
All right.
Tell them to make do. We do not have time.
Okay. Never mind. Urian says make do. Just book it. You and Alfonso. Just book it to the church. And be careful.
All right. I think Alfonso
sure.
has a car.
There we go.
Okay. That works. Just we'll meet you there, okay?
All right. You said Prince of Peace, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Meet us a block away from it. We will end up approaching together. You should, if I recall, you are closer. So you'll
Right.
arrive before us.
Yep.
Alright.
Rendezvous about a block away. And we'll do the approach together because this could be very dangerous and I'm really in no condition.
Got it.
Okay. You'll arrive first. We'll meet you there. And Amber will hang up the phone. Benji did say, though, that he was worried about John coming back.
That's why the urgency.
Yeah.
It is there to make us ask rashly.
Mm-hmm.
I said that you would be accompanying me. Are you ready for this, no matter what happens?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You stay by my side. I will get us through this one way or another.
Okay.
And at this point, I think it's go time. Avengers assemble!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All of you, the four of you at the house, get together between your different vehicles in order to make your way back towards the church. And you meet up about a block away, as you instructed, from the church with Carlos and Alfonso. They're there. Carlos has a firearm in his possession, ready to use it should he need it.
Gentlemen, to make it clearer, if you see Benji, keep an eye on him. Do not trust it. Do I see elements of this mess that was earlier discussed?
If you make your way towards the car park where the incident took place, you would see remnants of blood. You would see a bit of ash.
I'm actually going to relatively immediately pop Cynthia.
Okay.
Oops,
That's
wrong
bad.
thing.
You can either do it as an assist or you can do it as a separate roll. And I think Velda's going separate rolls.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow.
Velda, Urian, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. But that doesn't make you feel any better.
No, I imagine not. I keep my grip on him's hand. I mean, Alfonso and Carlos stay at their sides.
And she is holding your hand tightly. She is not letting go.
I'm actually going to bring my bike along with us.
Okay. So the three were in Amber's car and Velda was on her bike?
Yes.
Okay. So, with those two vehicles parked where you desire them about a block away, M is kind of shaking, Urian.
Your fear is justified, Em. I will not lie to you. Let us hope this goes smoothly.
Right.
I told you. This is what it means to end up being free.
Yeah.
suddenly the house doesn't seem so bad, does it?
Right now, no.
You'll come to face your fear. As I have.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that's...
Amber, give Benji a call. Let him know we are in the vicinity.
Yep. And I would ring that number back, that unknown number back.
Hey,
We're here.
okay. Front door's open. I'm kind of
Front door.
sitting at the podium.
You burst through the. Okay. And Amber would cover the headset, the handset, and go turn to Urian. He's inside the church.
I would like to rouse the blood. This is stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay, what are you rousing for?
I am rousing for premonition.
Alright.
5 successes. If there was
Okay.
any time I needed insight into exactly what's happening, now is it.
You enter, you watch as you enter the church. There's a scythe on the ground. A dark robe, flattened. Unmoving. And what seems like a barbarian standing over him. Dark skin, red hair. And it seems a pawn has also been knocked over.
Alright. What's it then? Be on your guard. Keep an eye on the exits.
Of course. And I'm gonna activate heightened senses specifically to do this.
Okay.
Zelda reaches out and she taps Urian on the shoulder. She says, before, when I was separate to you all, just a gut feeling, beware of the shadows, beware of the dark. That's all.
Oh, we have answers for that.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Mm,
And
it's just
she
repeated.
tapped-
That's all.
I just.
We'll take point, Carlos says.
Alright.
And Carlos and Alfonso kind of walk before the rest of the group, walking gently, hoping that the rest would also walk very gently.
I will proceed.
Zelda
And
will follow at the very back.
and Carlos kind of walks with his gun ready and goes to the door and gently opens it and calls in, Benji? And Benji calls back, Carlos? Yeah, we're here. And Benji walks up, or stands up from behind the podium if the rest of you are walking into the building.
I do.
And he's got his hands up, like he knows that Carlos will use that weapon should he do anything funny. But you do see that there is blood down the front of him, and his left arm that had been melted has mostly been reformed. It's still a little shriveled. Looks like it might take a little bit more to get it back to full strength, but it's there now. And the sight you see on the ground are two bodies. One, what you know to be Hugh, with a large piece of broken wood shoved into his chest, and you see that one of the pews in the front had one of its legs pulled off. You imagine it took a lot of strength to get that blunt thing into Hugh's chest. But Father Trent is also lying on the ground in a bloody mess. His throat slashed open.
No, that is unfortunate.
I kinda made a mess. Yeah. It's a kind of a mess. The brake lines on the van were cut. I checked them out like you always taught me, Urian. Otherwise, I would have made my way back on my own.
I think we might have lost CoffeeCat again.
Oh yeah, I think we might have lost Coffee.
Oh, here we are.
There we are.
There we go.
Benji was just explaining that the mess is because he couldn't go anywhere because the brake lines on the van had been cut. So, yeah, this is... Congrats! Hugh is down! And M is just kind of clutching to your side, Urian. Just staring at Hugh's body.
Alright.
And you see that Hugh's body is mangled. Severely mangled.
Who did this?
Me, Benji says.
I don't believe so.
I ripped him to shreds. After he told me to sit down, it was like a light bulb clicked, and that's all I had to do. I just had to sit. And then he approached me, and I just let loose.
Do I insight that?
Go for it.
I don't believe it.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's 3 successes.
He's not lying to you.
So
Yeah,
what
Amber,
I killed
Amber would
Go ahead.
Amber would lean in and whisper into Urian's ear that he's not lying. He's actually telling the truth.
I swear in my life.
Unfortunately, you do not have one. Though curious, why is the father dead?
That was because I kind of expected that John would be back. And we wanted him out of the picture anyway, too, right? Right?
I suppose it changes little.
I just did what you asked me to, like, weeks ago.
It's alright, Benji. Why did you ask him to show up here?
Because
That was oddly specific.
I knew she'd want... Because I don't know what you want to do with this guy. He points to Hugh's body. I stopped myself long enough to know when it was that I just needed to stop. Because I would have drained him dry if I hadn't, like, actually gotten up, like, the strength to stop myself. And so I didn't know who wanted him. His head? Or him? I don't know. That's a thing, right?
He turns and looks at them.
She's just shaking, staring. He's not gonna move, right?
Not right now.
I don't want him to move.
Ever again.
He's blood. But he never saw me that way.
Quite frankly, Em, I don't think he ever will.
I don't want to be afraid anymore. You're in.
Take him. Bring him someplace more comfortable. I'm going to give you a reason to never be afraid of this one ever again.
Okay.
He looks at the rest of you, looking across. We begin the line here. Well done, Benji. Well done.
I thought I fucked up again. I mean, I probably did, but, you know, you win some, you lose some.
You will be fine.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I don't know how to fix brake lines on the truck or the van. Maybe I do.
He turns to Carlos.
Carlos thinks for a second. I know a little bit about cars, but not how to fix brake lines.
Well, then I guess we're getting a tow.
Oh, great. That's going to be a pretty penny.
Oh, we're not getting towed that way. However, you have the horsepower in your car. I'm sure a woman prepared would be willing to end up offering us a bit of a jolt. And besides, I got the chains in the back for this express purpose. Well, to be fair, I wasn't picking them up for that purpose, but it works nevertheless.
The Skyline should have the talk for this.
Good.
Actually, no. I'll wait until we're finished here, and then I'll take someone and go get the car. The last time I was alone, I got jumped.
Carlos, Alfonso, take Benji outside. Make sure the area is clear. Let him get some air after this. Velda, you say
Yes.
you have an understanding of technologies, yes?
A little, yes.
I was led to believe that there was cameras in here from the sermons Father Trent would end up posting.
Ah, yes. I'll sort that out.
Yes.
Make sure there's nothing left. If the laptop's hooked up, that is.
Take everything. Amber. There was the woman we initially took. Now there's Father Trent. Now Hugh. This church is an empty vessel. I would not see it go to waste.
I understand what you're saying. I will make sure that this vessel is properly filled.
Fantastic. The father will also need to disappear.
Yes, he will. Just need to figure out how to do that.
M kind of pipes up. Sorry, what are we doing?
We are bringing Hugh to a location where we can secure him. And then you, my timid little thing, are going to end up making him recognize you as Dominator.
Dominator.
I lean over to Hugh and take a little bit of his blood. And I am going to perform the ritual while everybody else is leaning him out.
The ritual for Bloodwalk?
Bloodwalk.
That requires a rouse check from the individual, and he's got nothing left in the tank.
True. But I can still use, with a small sampling, a taste.
You can. He does have a taste left on him.
I'm willing to willpower that.
Okay.
So, 5 successes. Not too bad. So,
And we need 3.
yeah, well, I wanted to see if I can get a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now,
I believe that tells you for certain that he is a vampire. Or at least supernatural. You know that much for sure.
and what generation is he?
12th.
12th. And I know his sire's name if that becomes relevant.
Joanna Stockton. Same as M.
Joanna Stockton, same as him. Alright. Let us head out. Get this place cleaned up. And Urian at this point starts walking over to starts walking up and starts looking for mops and all that kind of stuff while the rest of them get this stuff done. Carrying off Hugh and Father Trent, bringing the car in, disabling security, and well, we'll have to work on it.
And you all spend a few hours doing the cleanup of this place. The bloodstains on the carpet of the little rise is going to be a bitch to get out. But maybe that doesn't matter so much right this moment. But otherwise, all of the electronics are, at least the important parts, such as potentially the sound system, everything in the sound booth, the speakers, yeah, they're kind of bulky and don't really don't really need to be taken, but anything that could be of any storage use, you take with you. You stick it in the trunk. You stick Hugh and Father Trent in the trunk of the Skyline.
It's getting really crowded. Alright, let's take it to the holding.
And where are you taking everyone?
Before they leave, Velda is also sure to remove any car tracks left behind in whatever way she can.
Thankfully, it's an asphalt car park, so there's
okay.
not really any tracks to be left.
I wasn't sure if it was asphalt or gravel.
So where are you all headed?
I am going to end up we're going to head over to the meeting place. It might be well known, but it's secluded, and I can have Carlos and Alfonso and Fox look over the situation.
Okay. The meeting place it is.
And of course, before we leave, I obviously check for trackers and what have you.
Of course, the normal routine. And thankfully, nothing on your vehicle. On Amber's vehicle. The van is probably going to have to be left for another day. It won't move, not safely, without brakes.
I remove the license plate and pull out the interior, removing the marks that I can.
Mm.
So now it's just a nondescript van without a license plate.
That it is. And all of you are back at the meeting place.
I'm going to have Hugh chained down. And to look to him. Yep.
She just kind of watches.
We have a banishment now.
Yeah.
A single drop of your blood. Place it on Hugh's tongue.
And that'll work, right?
It will take quite some time for it to happen.
Okay.
It'll take days. But each day you do, you increase that bond. I will continue to check on Hugh's progress. I will be thorough in this.
She kind of nods at you. And she extends her fangs, pricks her thumb, lets a little bead well up on the surface of her skin, opens up Hugh's mouth and scrapes it across his tongue.
Hugh, I never cared for you, personally. But you came after him. That I cannot abide. Know that this is the first step. Well, now I believe is a time to discuss the fate of our dear Hugh, he says as he kind of sits in one of the chairs down and puts his feet up on Father Trent's body.
Benji kind of pipes up. He's been a real pain in the ass. So that's a deciding factor, I think. But
Benji, if I killed everyone who was in a pain in the ass, there would be no one left on this earth.
he could still be a useful pain in the ass.
He is a bargaining chip.
And pipes up a bargaining chip.
Yes. He is Camarilla. The Barons will want to know what he knows. So if he is offered to have information plied from him, that could be a great boon in our service. There is also the matter of the Camarilla will want him back as a point of vengeance. I believe that this will get them moving. They will try and hunt him down and come here, I have no doubt. They will send Galvin. And I will be here waiting for him. This whole point for Hugh was to ensnare you. Removing him from the board cripples the Camarilla. But to do so also ends up leading them into an excuse to end up creating this into a hot conflict. It's not something I can abide. But it is not my decision to make. Those he has wronged are in this room. So I ask you, what to do? Is he bargaining chip or criminal in this domain? Is he a misled stray? Is this kindred at all salvageable?
Benji kind of pipes up. Well, I've already kind of given my opinion on that one.
Take his head, got it.
Yeah.
Through to the hallway.
Quite frankly, as much as I would love to tear his head off with my bare hands, as much as I'm sure I probably wouldn't be able to do such a thing, I think he is better as a bargaining chip. As, at this point, death is a kindness that he doesn't deserve.
Velda.
I agree. He's far more useful as the bargaining chip.
Em, you've heard their words. But he is come hunting for you. Your word weighs the most in my ear at this moment.
She kind of looks to the rest of you. I grew up with my sire hiding me from him. Because if he had ever found out, he would be a big old snitch. She knew that. She kept me anyway. And then when she couldn't hide me anymore and we escaped, he came looking for me. I'd never done anything wrong. He's simply jealous. I watched him as he berated my sire while I was hiding. He devoured her. I know it. It's like I can see it. If you want to use him as a bargaining chip, I'm not going to stop you, but he doesn't deserve mercy.
Alfonso, Carlos, I told you once that my domain was a place for thin bloods.
Right. Carlos says.
Alfonso, you have served well. And at this point, I need your gifts. So, what does the Thin Blood have to say about you? A scourge who hunts Thin Bloods.
I don't think he can be trusted. Even if he was, you know, as bound as you want to make him. Or... I mean, I want what's best for M. And
Very well.
that means a lot to me.
Then as much as it pains me to end up losing position, I end up offering M the life of you. His blood may be returned to you, the rightful heir. His life is yours. And I would soon to end up warning you. You may take his head, you may take his life, you may take his blood if it so pleases you. But know that this is a burden you do not carry. For it is your Baron who passes the sentence.
And she kind of inhales deeply and walks towards Hugh. And kneels down in front of him, kind of looking him in the eyes. You caused me so much grief, and I have done nothing to you. I suspect it was jealousy, but I don't actually know why. I hate you. But you're mine now. To do with as I please. So, I think that Benji take his head off. I don't want his blood. I don't want it. I don't want it. And she kind of stomps back and goes towards the stairs. Hmm.
You passed the judgment. But you need to know the job was done. See it through. Urian walks over. Tries to grab something. Doesn't look all that sharp. Looks like an old machete that might have been left in here from previous owners. But if it pleases the court, I will not have Benji have more blood on his hands than already. He's responsible for one murder this evening. I would not have it weigh on his conscience, so I passed the sentence. I pulled the lever. He starts walking up to Hugh, listening to, I assume, silence and objections.
Everyone is silent.
I will take his head. I will hack at the meat and the bone until I can pull his head off and end up watching his skull start to wither and rot.
And it does. You hack with that dull blade over and over and over again. Nothing seems to spill out of him. He's an empty tank. But you meet the bone, and the bone cracks. And as soon as that spinal cord is severed, his entire body starts to wither and melt away. You almost feel like you can hear the faintest of scream come from him. But maybe that was just your imagination. And the head of Hugh, removed, melts into ash on the floor. Nothing left.
Sift through his pockets if somebody hasn't already.
Amber would move too.
What's left of him? I'm assuming no cell phone, no markings, nothing of consequence.
Nothing of consequence, just some cash, a couple of 20s, bit of this and that you would find randomly in someone's pocket. but nothing of any consequence. No information. No identifying things except for the necklace around his neck. Really, it's just a cross.
Is there any jewelry in it?
Like stones or anything? Anything valuable? You guess it's maybe made of silver?
He raises it up, looking to see if it elicits a reaction from anybody.
Does anyone have a holy symbol block?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't have one anyway. I don't think Rolder does either.
Oh.
When he does lift it up, Amber would actually say something. It seems that even in his damnation, he believed in a God that did not care about him. I'm sure he probably believed that he was going to go someplace nice. I would say that's most likely not the case.
We're all beyond God's reproach at this point. So,
Mm-hmm.
does anyone else have a reason for coming for you?
I don't think so. I think that's the only person who's from New York.
Then keep an eye out. They will want vengeance against it. Let it be known. Let it be known that I ended up taking his life. Let it be known that I am to blame for that. And if anybody asks as to why, he's responsible for hunting and harming those under the protection of Urian Doyle. And that I cannot abide.
And that, I believe, will conclude the night for this little vignette.